Assalamu alaikum friends, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be telling you how to take care of your hijab. Yes, you got your set of beautiful hijabs and most of them don't come cheap. So how do you take care of them so that they last much longer through the years? Number one tip is, how do you wash your hijabs? The absolute best method to wash your hijabs is to hand wash it. But let us face it, who has the time and the energy to hand wash all your hijabs? So the next best thing to do is to put them in the washing machine on a delicate cycle. The problem comes when you have that one single hijab. What do you do then? So if you have that one single hijab, it is definitely not practical to run your washing machine through the whole cycle for that one hijab. So what I would like to do is I use these delicate clothes baggies. These are really practical if I want to wash that one or two hijabs. But I must warn you, this kind of baggies can lint up your jerseys as well as your viscose hijabs. Chiffons and silks, you can definitely wash them in this delicate bag. This is my tip number one. Next is, how do you dry your hijabs? I personally air dry them because the climate which I live in is pretty dry climate. But if you're living in a humid climate, or if you're living in a place where it rains a lot, then you may need to put them in the dryer. You can dry your hijabs maybe on a lesser heat. Personally, I have never put my hijabs in the dryer. The tip number two is, how do you iron your hijabs? Now your hijabs are washed and dried. How do you get the wrinkles out of your hijab? Personally, for me, I use this handheld steamer. I really love this handheld steamers. They are very cheap, very practical, and they are super easy and pretty quick if you're on the go to iron up your hijabs. It doesn't mean that you have to buy a steamer for your hijab. You can iron them on the regular iron, but make sure that you're ironing them on the proper settings. Suppose if a jersey and a viscose hijab, maybe a higher settings, but when it comes to chiffon, you need to lower your settings. And definitely now when it comes to silk, the settings have to be really low. So make sure of the settings to avoid burning your precious hijabs. Now the third, how do you store your hijabs? I have seen many of the influencers storing the hijabs like this. Personally, even I used to do this earlier, even before I started seeing these influencers. But the problem with storing them like this is they wrinkle at the crease, and it's pretty difficult to get these wrinkles out. Personally, for me, maybe chiffons it is easier, but once it comes to cotton hijabs or even jersey hijabs, it is a pain to get the wrinkles out of this part. So how do I store my hijabs? I use something like a scarf hanger. This is a scarf hanger which has these holes which you can store multiple hijabs. They are good for your chiffons, they're good for your jerseys and cottons, etc. But again, they do tend to get a little creased around this part. So if you are absolutely particular that you don't want any creases in your hijab and you don't want to iron them in the morning before going, then I personally feel that you need to invest in a pant hanger. I have seen many people storing their hijabs in the pant hanger, and I feel that this is the best. Even if you don't have a pant hanger, you can put your hijabs like this vertically. This is the best way to store your jersey hijabs. See, no wrinkles, and even in the morning you can just grab your hijab and go without worrying about the wrinkles. So I feel this is the best method if you have the space to store them, or you can invest in a pant hanger. Pins. Yes, you know, pins do ruin your hijab, especially when you pin up your chiffons over here. This tends to get stretched out and they do cause bigger holes in your hijabs. So I would personally like to use jersey hijabs. I don't pin any pins with the jersey hijab. They do stay on your head. Not that I'm a super expert to make them stay on my head. I love jersey for that reason. If you must wear chiffons, I would prefer you to invest in a pair of magnet, because those are definitely better than pinning your chiffons, and to invest in a very good underscarf which doesn't slip. Even if you're wearing a chiffon which is slippery, and I like to wear it with a ninja scarf so that I don't need to pin my chiffon scarves, and even if it slips, nothing is seen because of the ninja scarf. So I prefer to wear slippery chiffons with a ninja scarf or a really good underscarf, and I prefer to use a magnet rather than pins to avoid ruining your hijabs. So these are my little tips and tricks. These are what I use personally. If you have some more tips and tricks, you can write them on the comments below. So that's about it for today. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you like more videos of this sort, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Masalama.